So the next view in Material Master, Costing 1. So first of all, what is meant by costing in Material Master? Product costing in SAP is a core module that relies on the correct setup of master data in logistics modules to create cost estimates. These cost estimates help plan and analyze cost and their different components. The result of using product costing is a standard price that you can release to the material master. Further, you can use this price for at least one period for the inventory valuation of those manufactured goods. To use product costing in SAP and create cost estimates with the quantity structure, you need to activate material management and production planning modules. So the first field in the costing 1 view, do not cost. If the do not cost checkbox is set, you cannot create any cost estimate. Likewise, if the material is part of another cost estimate, you can evaluate the material with the price according to the valuation variant in the costing variant. Hence, no bill of material or routing will be exploded. I recommended that you select this checkbox due to performance reasons for trading goods and raw materials. Material is costed with the quantity structure. The system will search for a cost estimate with a quantity structure. Quantity structure means that a bill of material or a routing or a receipt exists during the costing or costing run. So noteworthy, if you are working exclusively with the cost estimates with the quantity structure, you should select this checkbox to improve the performance. So the next one, material related origin. In this indicator is set, the material number will be returned to the cost element itemization in the controlling module. Usage, if you set this indicator, the cost incurred will be updated and a primary cost element with reference to the material number. This enables you to analyze material cost in the information system in more detail. So the next one, origin group, used for subdividing material and overhead cost. Usage, when material costs are calculated, each material is given a general ledger account and thus is assigned to a primary cost element. If you enter an origin group for the material, the combination of source group and cost element is updated to the CO component. This means that you can define calculation basis for determination of overhead rates for particular material groups. Then determine cost components in product costing for particular material groups. Then create rules for activating work in process for each material group. When overhead is calculated, an object is debited with overhead cost and another object is created. For more information on the origin of overhead rates, in the credit record, specify an origin group in the credit key. The systems then displays the origin group in cost center accounting as well as the overhead cost element. The next field, overhead group. So key that groups materials to which the same overhead is applied. Procedure, in costing, with and without quantity structure, and when costing production orders and run schedule headers, you can apply percentage overhead charges by means of an overhead key. If you assign a costing sheet to your production order or run schedule header or to the valuation variant for the cost estimate, enter overhead charges in this costing sheet that use the overhead key field. So then assign the overhead key to the overhead group enter this overhead group in the material master record of the material. The variance key allows the variation calculations for all finished products and also semi-finished products that are produced. You need to maintain a variance key. Surely you can set the variance key as default in the production or process order, and you can overwrite if there. Usage variance can only be calculated for the orders for which a variance key has been entered. This key is defaulted through the costing view in the material master record. If you have activated variance calculation in the variance key, the value of the scrap is calculated at a target cost and subtracted from the actual cost before the variance are determined. Procedure: if you are working with the cost object hierarchies, the cost object category determines how variance are calculated. If the cost collected at hierarchy level and distributed to the assigned orders, so like a product cost collectors or manufactured orders, you must enter a variance key in each order so that the R3 systems can calculate variances for the assigned orders. In the cost collected at the hierarchy level or settled as price differences, you must store a variance key in the cost object notes and calculate variances for the entire cost object hierarchy. So the dependencies: you select the control parameters for variance calculation through the variance key in the order or in the cost object hierarchy and a target version. So the next field, alternate BOM, identifies one bill of material in a bill of material group. One product or assembly can be described by a number of bill of materials that represent, for example, different manufacturing process for different lot sizes. These alternative BOMs are grouped together as one multiple BOM. Alternatives are maintained separately for each BOM usage. So the next one, BOM usage. This key defines the area where a BOM can be used, such as production, engineering design, universal, plant maintenance, sales and distribution, costings. Usage: by setting various indicators, you can define the maximum configuration of the item status and define whether an item must be or cannot be proceed in particular areas such as production. Examples: a material is used in the areas production and costing in a company. For each area, you maintain a separate BOM with the different items. So the first one is production BOM. This BOM contains items that are relevant to production. These items are copied to the planned order. Dependent requirements are generated for them and they are copied to the production order. Second one, costing BOM. This BOM contains items that are relevant to determining the material cost of a product. When you calculate production cost using a quantity structure, the system automatically determines the BOM and all the BOM items that are relevant to costing in order to calculate manufacturing cost. So the next field, group, key identifying a group. Usage: you can use groups, for example, to identify two routings that have different production steps for one material. Procedure: enter group to which you want to restrict the selections. So the next field, task list type. SAP task list contains a standardized sequence of work, operations or activities. SAP task list is used in different modules of SAP: plant maintenance, production planning, quality management, and project systems. In PP and MM modules, SAP task list contains general information like operation details, component required for an operation or activity, etc. In quality management, a task list is called inspection plan and it contains characteristics that are to be inspected for each inspection operations and test equipment to be used during inspection. In production planning, SAP task lists are categorized into different types and each of them used in different production process. In project system, SAP task list is known as a standard network will be used as a template when creating other standard networks or operative networks. So these are all the task list type. Production planning task list type and applications. Under the production planning, so we have routing, the task list type N. Application routing is most widely used in discrete manufacturing process. Then rate routing, task list type R. Routing is most widely used in repetitive manufacturing process. Then master receipt, task list type is 2. Routing is most widely used in process industries manufacturing process. So then reference operation set, the indicator is yes. This is used as a template to create routing. Then reference rate routing, indicator M. This is used as a template to create rate routing. Then rough cut planning profile, indicator 3. This is used in sales and operation planning for capacity and resource availability check. So project system, task list standard network, indicator 0, creating network in project or WBS. So these are all the SAP task list type, unique ID, and a transaction code, create, change, and display. So structure of the task list: machines, operations and sub operations, components, production resource tools like a PRT, QM inspection characteristics. So the next field, group counter. This key and the task list group uniquely identify a task list usage in production planning and control. For example, it serves to identify alternative production process in task list and is used to make a distinction between similar task list. Example, the group counter can be used to identify different lot size ranges. For example, the next field, special procurement type of costing. Key that used to specify the materials procurement type predetermined by the material type in more detail for costing. Usage: if you enter a special procurement type in the costing view of the material master record, it is used in costing. If you do not enter a special procurement type in the costing view of the material master record, the system uses the special procurement type in the MRP view. So the next field, costing lot size. The costing lot size corresponds to the quantity you want to create the cost estimate to avoid rounding differences in the conversion of the standard price. The costing lot size should match the price unit. So the next field, production version. If you are using multiple production versions in production, you can determine with which production version you can create and cost estimate. On the other hand, if you don't maintain your production version in this field, The system would determine it with the help of the alternative selections in the MRP4 view in the material master.